rather it would have been, because we've not used the warranty yet. We'd rather it would have been $300.
Well, good afternoon. We will call this meeting of the City of Clovis Senior Services Committee to order. It's great to see everyone. Let's begin with a roll call. Who will give the?
I will.
Reagan, will you?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Please. Thank you.
Mayor Morris,
Here.
Donna Labatt,
Here.
Miss Constance Williams, Miss Shelley Wen,
Here.
Mr. Terry Potter,
Here.
Miss Melinda Coslet,
Here.
and we do have a representative from Baxter Curran here, and I will be representing the Friendship Senior Center. And we do have a quorum.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Ms. Reagan, very much. Next is approval of minutes from the regular meeting that took place on June 24th. I believe you have a copy of those minutes in front of you. I'll give you a moment to review those. Are there any changes or corrections that are recommended, or is there a motion to approve these minutes as they're printed?
I move we accept them as printed.
Thank you. We have a motion to approve.
Approved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Thank you, sir. Could we have a roll call on that vote, please?
Miss Donna Labatt,
Yes. Approve.
Miss Melinda Coslet,
Yes, approved.
Mr. Terry Potter,
Approved.
and Miss Shelley Wen.
Approved.
Okay. We have, the motion is carried and the minutes have been approved. Next on the agenda is election of a vice chairperson, Ms. Riggin.
Yes, sir. Our ordinance that's for the Senior Services Committee states that each July, the committee will select a vice chair for the period of 1 year. And so at this time, that is what that we would request for the committee to do. Is there any committee member who would be interested in serving in that position for the period of 1 year?
If I may, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I have been serving as the deputy for quite a while now, and I would like to continue serving until at least the Senior Citizen Center is approved and built. And at that time, I would be happy to have someone else fill this position. So that's my feeling. So my hat is in the ring
Well,
I
to
move that
continue.
we accept Donna Labett's hat and we let her continue on as vice chairman.
okay, so we have a motion that Ms. continue serving as vice chairman for at least another year. Is there a second for that?
I'll second.
And we have a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. The motion is carried. Thank you, Ms. Labatt, for serving as vice chairperson. We appreciate it very much. Next, we have old business, and there we have a Hillcrest Senior Center update. Ms. Burrows.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, members of the Senior Services Committee. I'm delighted to let you know that we have heard from Mr. Ernest Saavedra with a letter saying that the bond has sold for the Senior Center in the amount of $4,703,946. And so we are just waiting for a hard copy of the agreement signed by the state so that we can begin work. The scope of work has been requested from the state, and Ms. Riggin and Kelsey Knight, who is the city's marketing, communications and grants coordinator, are working together on completing that scope of work to submit to the state before their deadline of August the 9th.
Will they make that deadline?
I sincerely hope so. They'll make the deadline.
Well, that is fantastic news, is it not?
Yes.
That is great news.
And yes, ma'am, we will make that deadline. Kelsey and I worked this morning for about an hour, and so we've got all the information that is needed to submit the scope of work by August the 9th.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
let me know if you need any help.
Thank you.
Well, that is just great news. Thank you for that update. Anything else in the way of an update on the senior center?
Nothing else on the construction of the new building at this time. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Burrows. Appreciate that. Next is new business, and we have nothing to deal with under new business, so we'll move on to reports. First, we would offer up the opportunity for committee members to report. It appears we do not have reports from committee members. Next, senior services. Ms. Reagan?
Yes, sir, Mayor and members of the committee. I would just like to report that the center is now open at 75% occupancy. We are very busy on a daily basis. I've put a calendar in front of each one of you, and so you can take a look at some of the things that we are offering. We're doing exercise class Monday through Friday. On Tuesdays and Thursdays is Dance to Fitness. And so our groups are picking up. This morning we had 16 dancers. And so although we're there having fun, Dance to Fitness, you know, it is still exercise. And so by the time that we're done, it is exercise. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we were holding a bingo. And there was some conflict with Baxter Curran, which is also holding a bingo on the same day. So our regular bingo, we've worked with them, and our regular bingo has actually been switched to Tuesday so that they can continue doing their regular bingo on Thursdays. We are still doing tea time on Friday afternoons at 2 o'clock. Of course, you'll need to call in to RSVP. We have about 20 to 24 seats available, just kind of depending on who's coming in together, and that is always a lot of fun. We have both ladies and gentlemen who are joining us with that, so please come and see us on Fridays at 2. We are doing a grandparent bingo on Monday the 9th, and we're asking grandparents if you have anywhere from 1 to 4 children that you would like to bring in. They're just going to do some bingo and give away some cute little coloring books and crayons and those kind of things. Other than that, we are just busy on just about every day of the month, and we're always doing new things. So if there is anything at all that you would like to participate in or you would like to see come to the center, please let us know. We will be working on a health fair in October, and I've also worked with Baxter Curran to get somebody in their facility to get some flu shots for our seniors, possibly in September. So,
I've got a question to ask you about the tea time.
yes, ma'am.
Do you kind of make it fancy in any way, or are we talking about styrofoam cups and?
No, we do have little plastic teacups with the handle on it, and we go above and beyond to try to make it special for anybody who participates. About 6 or 7 weeks ago, I guess, they started watching the series of The Crown. It may have even been longer than that. And so they are really enjoying watching The Crown. And we usually serve brownies or cookies or something during that time. And then English tea is normally what's served. It's prepared in very nice teapots, colorful teapots, and then we take a cart around and we serve seniors as they're seated.
Would you have the capacity, if someone were to donate some nice china to you, would you have the capacity to store that and take care of it, or is that not something you
Yeah,
want to do?
there's really not room right now to keep anything like that. However, if it may be something that we can definitely look at in the future, possibly even once our new facility is built, we definitely will have more storage space at that time, and we would definitely take it and store it until that time.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions that I can answer? Thank you.
Thank you for that report. It's exciting to hear about the things that you have going on over at the Senior Center. Next, do we have a report from Baxter Curran Activity Center?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Eva McAfoos. Is that coming through?
It is.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'd like to thank Ms. Reagan for them changing their bingo back to Tuesday so that we could get more of an attendance on Thursday and we won't be competing. Today, I had 24 people at bingo. It is picking up. It's doing real good. We're having bingo every Thursday. Every Thursday morning, we have breakfast. We'll be having 20, 25 people for breakfast. On our August schedule, on the Sunday, the 8th, from 2 to 4, we're having gospel sing with an ice cream social, if anyone wants to come attend us. And on the 23rd, we're having our business meeting, our election of officers, and our installation of officers, and we would welcome everybody here to attend that with us and enjoy. And once we get our new officers in, we have a lot of ideas for further events that we are going to have. Our dance we had last week, we had 52 people there. I heard from a lot of people. It was a very good attendance, and they really glad to have it back open. They really enjoyed the DJ that was there. He's very nice. Our next dance will be on the 13th, and then on the 20th, it's on Friday. The calendar here has the wrong dates on them. It will be on the 13th and 27th on Friday. We're having it on the 2nd and 4th Friday because I got with Portales Senior Center. They're going to have their dance on the 1st and 3rd Saturday. That way we're not competing with people coming to either place and making it where people will have a dance every week that they can go to. And our attendance is really picking up. We are so glad to see the familiar faces again and
Yes.
everybody that's coming in.
That's great. I'm so glad to hear. We're also glad to hear about the activities picking up and appreciate your report.
Thank you.
Any questions? That was wonderful. Thank you for that report. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And next, do we have a report from La Casa Senior Center?
Yes, sir. My name's David Briseño. I work as the Senior Center Director, as well as a few other things that I do at La Casa. But we're right now in the process of looking for a new Senior Center Coordinator, as our Darlene Gonzalez will be leaving us to go work with the state. And so her last day is August 6th. I'm hoping that we can find somebody, but we'll see. Looking for somebody to take that over. We too are slowly reopening. Activities are continuing to pick up. Our pool room stays active as men come in to play pool. We have bingo, I believe. I don't even know what afternoons, but I know one thing. I don't mess with the bingo schedule. Whatever they say, that's what they get. And we're seeing that pick up as well. Our sewing room is back active again. Ladies getting in there and sewing those quilts and putting them together, and doing some fundraising with that as well. And our transportation program is still going real strong. That's starting to pick up as well. We still, I think one thing that's holding us back from seeing more people come back is we are still requiring mask usage in the building. And we're still requiring that they check in at the front and get their temperature taken. We still, that's just the policy of La Casa, and so it carries on to the Senior Center as well. I'm still having to wear my mask at work. I brought it just in case I needed to put it on here, but that's where we're at with that. But it's starting to pick up slowly but surely. We still only transport 2 people at a time in the bus, and even with that, those numbers are picking up slowly but surely. We're providing rides to medical appointments. I know yesterday Darlene had to work late because we transport one of our clients who has to go for a doctor appointment in Portales, has no way to get there. So our Portales driver, they meet at Midway. They take them in, then they meet at Midway again and bring them back. So just that type of stuff that we're trying to do, provide those services for our seniors and making sure they're getting to the appointments, be able to go shopping when they need to, that kind of thing. Again, we're requiring them to wear masks, and so we'll continue to do so until we hear different from our medical director. That's basically it.
Very good. Thank you for that report. Great to hear about the activity going on over at La Casa. Any questions?
I have a question, but it's not specific to La Casa. It's very general. And that is, I'm wondering, and all the attendance picking up, and that's great, but I'm wondering with these activities, what's the male-female ratio for them? I'm wondering, I sort of get the impression that there are more women who participate in these activities than men. And although I know pool is very popular with the guys, but I'm just wondering, what is our male-female ratio in terms of activities? Anybody have any idea on that at
Today,
all?
I had 5 men in the back playing pool. I had 4 men playing bingo.
And then you had people playing, Mexican.
Then we
you
had
a man playing
Mexican train in the back
And
with one
game
male.
night's game night on Saturday night's pretty even. We do game night at Baxter too on Saturday, Mexican train and cards if for those that want to play cards. And we're pretty evenly matched, female, male for game night Saturday night.
I think breakfast is the main thing that we see more men,
Yeah, breakfast has more men than anything.
because it's biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, not all us women want biscuits and gravy every
Yeah,
week.
that's okay. Well, I was just curious. I want to make sure that activities are appealing to everybody.
We're trying.
Yes, and that's basically the same way at Friendship. It just depends on what activity it is. You know, we try to offer for both men and women. We actually have had a pool tournament, which we had a phenomenal turnout for that. So I think it just depends on the activity. Not too many men will go in and sew, but however, they do like to go in and play pool or eat.
Yeah,
I know-
mention food and the men will come.
I know in my exercise class that I have on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I have 5 women and 3 men.
Oh, that's okay. Good. All right, thank you.
Very good. Next, do we have a report from Curry Resident Senior Meals Association?
No, sir. They were not able to attend today and did not send me with the report. I know that their clientele is also picking up. We see it coming through the center there. They are open 100% with, and I would hate to even guess how many because it is busy. I just know that it's they've really picked up. So at this point, I don't have anything else to report on that.
Very good. Thank you for that. Next, do we have a report on 50-plus Olympics?
We do. It's official. Yay, we have registration dates. We are going to hold a modified Special Olympics. We are going to hold a modified 50-plus Olympics in September. It will only include pickleball, 8-ball pool, frisbee golf, cornhole, and then softball throw, frisbee distance, and soccer kick. Those are all things that we can do with limited effort of setting up, and a lot of the others we have to go pick up equipment from Roswell and stuff. And so we just wanted to get our seniors back together, let them know that we are active and hoping to have a full-blown Senior Olympics next year. Registration dates are August 24th, 25th, and 26th. And David, I'm going to give you a flyer to take to La Casa,
Okay?
if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
But just so you know, we are attempting to get something going. We're excited, so.
Well, that's great. Glad to hear that that's getting going. Thanks for that report. Next, is there a report from RSVP FGP?
Yes, hi, my name is Diane Morton, and this month in July, I took over for Suzanne Zamora, who recently retired from the RSB and Foster Grandparent Program. So I just started, this month I'm starting to learn all the committees and meetings, things like that. So I do have a little bit of a report, not much, but we still have around 78 retired senior volunteers on our roster, ready to get back and start participating. I know that they're attending several of the stations that are represented here today. So we have their volunteers are represented in about 12 to 13 stations across Curry County. We still have 8 foster grandparents on our roster. with one possible new one coming in, so that'd give us a total of 9. However, I did speak with Clovis Municipal Schools this morning, and it doesn't feel that our foster grandparents will be able to step into the classroom for quite some time. So we're going to remain hopeful that COVID kind of subsides, but until that happens, right now, they're not allowing volunteers into the school.
Would it be possible for volunteers to work at a student's home with a parent's permission and?
Not under AmeriCorps senior guidelines. Foster grandparents are only allowed to work
In the
in
school.
service in institutions. Yes. So we're going to be looking for other volunteer opportunities for these foster grandparents to kind of, to get involved with and stay active. We're still planning on holding our pre-service orientation for our foster grandparents in August from the 16th through the 20th. They'll complete their safe school training, they'll go through that orientation, so they will be prepared whenever CMS is ready for them. They'll be ready to go without waiting. They're really anxious to get back. We're anxious for them to be there, but we also want everyone to remain safe. So we're going to take it one day at a time. We do have an in-service for our retired senior volunteers as well as grandparents scheduled for September 15th, and that'll cover for COVID updates as well as cannabis. With Curry County, or with the state of New Mexico changing its rules on that, we want our volunteers to be aware of what that means. And that way it'll be an open forum for them to ask questions. And we've got someone from the Sheriff's Department going to come in and speak to them on that on the 15th. We're still recruiting volunteers to help with the 9/11 memorial to help read names on September 11th. And then in October, on October 8th, we're going to hold another in-service, kind of like Fall Into Health, or Fall Health Fair. It's kind of head-to-toe in-service that we're going to do for them. That's not quite, I'm still working on the details because I'm still learning my brand-new job. So a little every day, what we're planning, and then we're going to have our annual volunteer appreciation luncheon in December. So I'm really excited. I'm learning it. A lot of brand-new things coming at me, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and I look forward to serving with more seniors and get more volunteers involved. So,
Well, thank you for that, and
Thank you.
and congratulations on your new position.
Thank you.
I'm very excited for you. I wonder, could you share? You said the 9/11
Yes.
memorial and the reading of names. Can you just expand on that a little bit?
I don't have a lot of information with me today. This was just mentioned to me last week. So on September 11th, on Saturday, I think that there's supposed to be a memorial event somewhere downtown. It's going to be held through, I think they're partnered with the Health Council, the Curry County Health Council. So I've got to get more information, but the idea is that we'll have volunteers reading the names of the 9/11 victims. So, of course, we're going to need a string of volunteers to kind of divide up that list.
So if we want to volunteer, just come talk to you?
Yes, please do. You can reach me at the RSV there.
I'll holler at you before you leave.
And Susan still goes around collecting timesheets and handing out our newsletter. I got our first newsletter out this month, so she'll be out delivering those this week and next.
We need a name tag for you.
You would do. I'm Diane. I do have a Clovis name tag, but I couldn't find it.
I mean, one of these name
Yes.
tags for the
Oh,
committee.
I will get that. I actually thought about that as we were coming in today, so I will get
Okay.
that. Thank you.
And Mayor, members of the Senior Services Committee, would you be willing to share your phone number in case there's people watching on
Sure.
Facebook and so on, if you could share that information if they'd like to call you?
Absolutely. The phone number is 575-769-6009.
Thank you.
Thanks for that. Appreciate the report. Thank you for all of the reports. Is there anything for the good of the order? Okay. We have on the agenda here date and time of next meeting. Do we have that date and time to discuss right now?
The next meeting is scheduled for September the 9th at 3 p.m. here in the North Annex.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Riggin. Next meeting will be September 9th at 3 p.m. Appreciate that.
September 9th. Not a good date for us.
No?
Well,
We have to have it on a different date. because Claire and I will be out of town.
Oh. Well, assuming most of the rest of us could be here that day, I guess we'll stay with September 9th, if that's
Okay.
all right.
You do have a commission
that-
meeting that night, but I think you're okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you
Mayor.
for that.
In and out quick.
Yes, ma'am.
We do have one citizen here in the audience, and I don't know if she has some questions.
I wanted to express appreciation for the services.
Just a moment. Let's get you a microphone. Just a moment.
Thank you. My name is Ione Wood, and I have no official capacity. Just being old. I appreciate the services that are offered. I like her exercise class, and I'm very fond of the meal site. I think that's a very beneficial package. And the thing that worries me is when the literature goes out, there's no reflection of other than Friendship Center. You know, when I look online for something on Baxter Kern, I don't see it the same publication that I see for Friendship Center, and I didn't know La Casa was still active. So I think those two areas need to be beefed up so people are aware of it. Thank you very much for your service.
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to add that Ione Wood used to be on this committee some years ago, and she served for many years on this committee, so it's delightful to have you here. Thank you for coming.
I've lost my mind since then.
So if I can speak about her concerns, on the City of Clovis website, the Friendship Senior Center calendar is posted there. Up until COVID, the Baxter Curran Senior Center was posted there as well. They've just recently reopened, and so we've spoke about getting a calendar on there for them as well. I know that La Casa Senior Center, as well as Baxter and Friendship, all have Facebook pages, and so Baxter Kern has been trying to post some of their activities on Facebook page. There is a huge bulletin board outside in the hall at the mill site, Friendship Senior Center. Anybody that wants to post a flyer there, if it is senior related and for any activities, Senior Center, we actually have La Casa Senior Center calendar posted there, their calendar of events, and any flyer that we can hang up there, by all means, please bring it to me or share it with me, and I will be happy to put it up there. And
Great, thank you for that, Ms. Riggin. Appreciate that. No doubt as activities are ramping up and the calendars are filling up at the other activity centers, we can get those calendars connected to the city's website. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, again, thank you, each of you, for your reports today. Thank you for all you do in service to seniors in our community. Appreciate each of you. Is there anything else for the good of the order?
Sir,
Yes.
we cleaned out our storeroom at Baxter, and in the back I found 2 boxes, and each box had a large handrail and a small handrail, a cane, regular cane, and then a cane like a hurricane with the base on the bottom. 2 of the handrails I've given away for a woman that had fallen at a church. They're remodeling her house and she needs them in her bathroom. I still have a large handrail and a small handrail. If we know of any elderly person that has fallen that needs these put in their house, get a hold of me, we'll give them to you. I have 4 canes. I have 2 regular canes and 2 hurricanes. You know of anyone that needs a cane, get with me and I will give them to you.
Wonderful, thank you for that. Anything else for the good of the order? All right, we are adjourned.
thank you.